Heidi, thanks. Yesterday, we told you about an Ohio woman who, at 8 months pregnant, is about to deliver a child that is not hers. She used fertility treatments, and she quickly found out that the egg implanted into her was actually another couple. She was given the option to abort. She chose not to. So how can this happen? Here with us this morning is Dr. Mark Trolice, a fertility specialist and the founder of Fertility Care in Winter Park. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Oh, my pleasure, Amy. Thank you.
Let's first talk about how something like this could happen.
Well, the couple went through in vitro fertilization, and they had extra embryos that were frozen. So they decided they wanted to go through a frozen embryo replacement cycle. They had had prior miscarriages, and they went to this method. So this is what we know now. They went through a frozen embryo replacement cycle thinking that they were going to receive their own embryos that were frozen, and thawed. They actually received somebody else's embryos. And this is tragic on so many different levels. It's a medical error. It's a error of wrong embryos, and then now she gets pregnant and is faced with the difficult decision. She carries the pregnancy to term, and then now so heroic is giving it back to the couple. But that other couple now had embryos that were used, and they weren't planning it, and they also weren't planning to have a new child.
So it's just tragic all the way around. How do you make sure something like this does not happen to the couples who come to see you?
Every IVF program should follow the standard of care in that the patient is identified, the embryo is identified by name, by birth date, by social security number, and checked again. So this is something that is truly analogous to a wrong side surgery. Now we have to remember, to put in perspective, over 100,000 embryo transfers are performed on a yearly basis. This is an exceedingly rare event, but one that is egregious and should never happen.
What do you think about how the doctor who did this, should they be punished? What should happen to this fertility clinic?
Well, this is analogous to any type of medical error, and I think it's up to the Florida Board of Medicine.
Right.
And it sounds like she has an attorney as well, so I think they're obviously going to look into this. And I can't say what should happen, but when you have an error, you obviously have to address it with the patient and do what's right to rectify it and give the couple what they were looking for originally.
One of the things that people have been talking about is that perhaps they should be given, they should be comped. There should be no cost to these people. I mean, is that something, do you think, that would perhaps make the situation better? There should be no cost to either couple?
Well, that would be something I would do.
Sure.
I mean, I think that when you get into a situation like this that is so overwhelming, that it's very easy to just say, we're going to do whatever is possible to make this right for both of you, and cost shouldn't even be considered.
Dr. Mark Trolice, as always, your insight is excellent. Thank you so much for being with us this morning with Fertility Care in Winter Park.